Hello and welcome to my channel. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. If you haven't subscribed yet, please don't forget to do so. It really means the world to me. Today's video is all about handbags for 2025. If you're planning to expand your collection this year, or if you are in the market for your first designer bag, this video is for you. I'm going to look at some of the most popular bags from some of the largest designer brands and show you some alternatives that I think are more relevant in 2025. My channel focuses on quality and timelessness of luxury items that we buy. So I feel that if we are making a new purchase this year, it is better to make this purchase looking forward into the future instead of looking back into the past, especially when it comes to luxury handbag trends. Everything that I'm going to say is my opinion only, of course. So if you absolutely love the bags that I am advising not to buy, you're obviously free to ignore anything that I have to say in this video. However, I believe that the alternatives I'm offering have more longevity and are more relevant for this year and the years to come. And all the bags that I think are good purchases in 2025 will be linked in the description box down below. So let's dive in. And first, let's talk about Saint Laurent logo bags. So Saint Laurent is still a great brand, I think, and their handbags remain relatively reasonably priced, especially as far as designer prices are concerned. In fact, some of their bags actually decreased in price in 2024. So, considering the overall trend for designer price increases, I think that we were all thankful for this somewhat unprecedented step from Saint Laurent. This being said, instead of buying a bag with a YSL logo in 2025, such as the Lulu bag, for example, I would suggest looking at other bag designs from Saint Laurent this year. I actually have several clutches and one bag with a YSL logo, and I noticed that I use these bags less and less and less, with some exceptions. Actually, my Lulu bag with the YSL logo is right here. And the reason I use them less is because I literally see them everywhere. So this kind of prevents me from using my bags as often as I would want to. I'm also starting to think that this logo looks tired and overdone and just oversaturated. And these days, the smaller the logo, the happier I am with my bags. So when it comes to Saint Laurent in 2025, I would go for designs that have no logo and have more of a classic shape. So some examples are the Saint Laurent Manhattan bag. It has no YSL logo and such an understated classic design. I think you can wear this bag as a crossbody bag, but also as a shoulder bag, and you can remove the strap completely. So to me, this bag really looks chic and understated and offers a lot of versatility. Saint Laurent Sac de Jour tote bag, like this one right here in burgundy, is also a bag that has been around for a very long time, and I feel that social media has been talking about this bag for a very long time as well. But because it doesn't have the logo, because the shape is just so timeless, I think this is still a worthwhile purchase in 2025. This bag just does not look tired, at least in my opinion. And by the way, my name is Lisa, and I'm your guide to savvy luxury shopping no matter where in the world you are. Subscribe to my channel to learn more about strategic luxury shopping with the emphasis on quality and timelessness of your items. Next, let's talk about the Dior book tote. When it comes to Dior bags, I really feel like a lot of them do not have the staying power. Many designs change often, and there are really only three bags that I can think about that have been around for a while, and that's the Lady Dior bag, the book tote, and the saddle bag. In 2025, however, I would not spend my money on a book tote, considering the quality issues and just the general price to quality ratio. I also feel like we have seen this bag a lot, and it doesn't really have such a classic vibe to it, like some of the other Dior bags, such as the Lady Dior, for example. So instead of the book tote, I would basically look at an alternative tote from other brands. I like options that do not have a monogram because that's just too much for me when the entire tote is covered in monogram. But I'm actually okay with the brand name written out on the bag. So I would suggest the following options. First, we have the Saint Laurent Rive Gauche tote. I have one myself, and it comes in different iterations, different colors each season. So perhaps you can find a version that actually works for you. This Rive Gauche tote also costs about 2,000 US dollars right now, at least the small version. So I think the price point is not bad when it comes to designer bags. I also recently purchased this Ivy bag from Miu Miu. It is also an open tote, and I know that this one is not as roomy as the book tote, for example, but it could also be used as a tote for travel and vacation, if you do not overpack it. And I feel like this bag just lets me be a little bit more on trend, and because of its shape, I still feel like this bag is just not really going to go out of style anytime soon. So another option is to purchase a simple leather shopper tote, like this one from Saint Laurent. I think they're reasonably priced, and you're basically getting a full leather bag, and there is no monogram or no logo. And this option right here retails for 1,500 US dollars. So in 2025, I would also caution against buying the Celine Tin Triomph bag. I think that Celine bags with the Celine logo, especially this Tin Triomphe bag, have been quite popular for several years now. While these are not as overdone as some other styles, and that's probably just because of the price point, I still think that by now we have seen enough of them floating around. So I would not buy one of them in 2025 looking into the future. And if I were to look at alternatives, I would once again look for something without a logo and with a classic shape. So some of my favorite alternatives from Celine are the following. First of all, we have the Celine 16 line. It doesn't have a logo and it is quite understated. I think this bag has a lot of longevity and it really looks quite unique to me, the type of shape that we do not see as often. To be honest, these days, I feel like a lot of brands do bags that are quite similar, and it gets a bit tiring. We are seeing the same type of designs everywhere. But this 16 bag from Celine is like a breath of fresh air, and it still remains classic and somewhat timeless, at least in my opinion. But if you still want the Celine logo, I would look at the Nino line. Just because of the shape of the Nino bag, it feels like this is a more updated version of the Tin Triomphe bag. The Nino bag also looks a bit more relevant and just kind of a bit different. We haven't really seen it as much, and I would really consider it in 2025. So the next bag I want to talk about is the Louis Vuitton Speedy. I actually do not own anything from Louis Vuitton, and I wanted to make a video one of these days about that fact. However, even though I do not own any bags from Louis Vuitton, I still full-heartedly admit that Louis Vuitton Speedy is in fact a classic bag, and this is one of the styles that I would actually consider purchasing from Louis Vuitton. However, in 2025, I would not purchase just like a regular monogram Speedy or demier bean Speedy. Instead, I would consider the Speedy Soft option. So for example, we have this Speedy Soft 30 Dark. This one is in monogram, but I like this slouchy look, and I think it is much more modern while still being classic in nature. I also like the removable chain charm and the black leather detail. I think the black leather detail really makes this bag stand out because this is kind of a unique look for a Speedy. Or I also like this Speedy Soft version in this brown tan leather color. It's monogram Emprunte leather. You can also get this option in black leather as well. Next, I would caution against the Bottega Veneta Andiamo tote in 2025. I would preface this by saying that Matthew Blazy is leaving Bottega Veneta, so if there are any Bottega bags from his 3 years at the design house that you really like, now is the time to buy them, no matter what I tell you in this video. However, if it was up to me, at this stage, I would stay away from purchasing the Andiamo tote, because it is just so recognizable due to this knot detail on the front. I think Bottega has so many alternatives that are just a bit more timeless and under the radar, so I would prefer looking at a couple of other options. First, I would really consider the Hop bag, the large or the small version. I think the small version, like the one right here in black, is much more manageable, but still very roomy. I think this bag will remain relevant for a long time. You can also find a hop bag in suede right now, which is very much on trend. But suede will always be a natural material that looks stylish and up to date. I don't think it really has to be on trend for me to buy a suede bag. I would not buy the hop mini version though. I think it is a bit stiff and awkward. I tried it on in this orange color several months ago, and I was not really impressed at all. Speaking further about Bottega, I think it makes sense to look at their smaller sized bags as well. They are rather reasonably priced for Bottega, and I think that they offer a lot of value for money, especially considering the quality. So, for example, look at this Concert Mini Intrecciato leather pouch. It retails for under 2,000 US dollars. It is small, but it has a zipper. And it would be quite a nice understated quality bag that I think converts very well from day to evening. Another option at this price point of right around 2,000 US dollars is this Loop mini camera bag. It also has a zipper, and it is really such a classic little camera bag that I do not think it's going to go out of style anytime soon. So, number 6, let's talk about the Alaia Le Teckel bag. So, Alaia Le Teckel bag has been trending for some time now. I have previously spoken about this bag, saying that it doesn't have the staying power. However, I will be the first to admit that this bag lasted for longer than I thought it would. And now Alaia is actually making other iterations of this bag as well, since the original Le Teckel has become so popular. So if you are a fan of this bag, but perhaps you do not want something that is, basically this bag exactly, maybe you do not want to buy something that is so trendy, you can actually look at something less recognizable, and therefore something that would perhaps last longer because it is less recognizable. So I would suggest looking at this option from Kate. This is the Simona shoulder bag, and I am showing it right here in white. Now, the price point I think is very similar to Alaia, and so is the shape. So I'm really offering this version from Kate as an alternative to consider if you want something that is similar but still different from the Le Teckel bag of Alaia. The next bag, let's talk about Prada Re-Edition bags, and specifically Prada 2005 Re-Edition bag. So I feel like these Prada Re-Edition bags have had a moment, and now that moment is gone. Plus, these bags cost starting from 1,390 US dollars, and the bags are made completely from nylon, so not the greatest way to spend your money if you ask me. But if you like this particular shape, this kind of shoulder bag shape, I think there are a couple of other interesting options from other brands. So going back to Bottega, it has this Solstice Intrecciato baby leather shoulder bag, and I'm also showing it right here in white leather. It is about 1,000 US dollars more expensive than the Prada Re-Edition 2005, but you are getting a full leather bag with leather lining and also two interesting knot details on the side. There is also this interesting half moon leather bag from the Row. This bag is full leather, it is leather lined, and has a zipper. And it retails for the exact same price as Prada Nylon Re-Edition 2005 bag. So I would choose the Row bag any day. Plus, there's just more interest in this kind of half moon shape. Well, that's it for me today. Let me know in the comments down below which was your favorite bag from the alternatives that I shared today. Are you considering purchasing any of them by any chance in 2025? And before you go, please watch this video next. In this video, I talk about some of the most underrated and understated bags that are available on the market right now. But for now, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. Take care and bye-bye.